Hello and welcome to this week's results show, where I'll be bringing you the results from the last 2 weeks from a range of societies who play on Camposol. If you'd like to be involved and you'd like a mention on this show, then please drop us an email at teatime@camposoltv.es and we'll give you a shout out. Okay, so we kickstart this week on the 21st of October with Las Gaviotas. They played a stroke index waltz. The team in first place with 91 points was Mags Ray, Annette Nielsen, Fron Porter and Alison Vasey. The nearest the pin winners on hole 3, Mags Ray, on hole 5, Sue Brew, hole 11, Fron Porter and hole 13, Mags Ray. There were 3 twos on the day. Well done to Alison Vasey, Fron Porter and Sue Brew. Okay, they were followed by Sprightly Golf Society, who played a Pinehurst stroke index waltz. The team in first place with 134 points, Les Skipsey, Ray Lyons, Jesper Held and Pete Constable. In second place with 130, Dave Spooner, Pete Allison, Spencer Truman and Hebby. And in third place with 129 points, Gary Davis, Keith Humphrey, Jim Hall and Glenn Elliott. The nearest the pins on hole 3, Ian Richardson, hole 5, Glenn Trigg, hole 11, Finn Nielsen, hole 13, Les Skipsey, and hole 8 in 2, Ian Richardson. Wednesday Golf Association played a 2-3-4, which is a 2 to score on par 4s, 3 to score on par 5s, and 4 to score on par 3s. The team in first place with 111 points, John Leyland, Norman Morgan, Hebby, and John Venables. In second place, with 108 points, Kieran McGibney, Dave Hackett, Luke Sharp and Steve Cronk. And in third place, with 107 points, Eugene Toy, Dave Smith, Dennis Jones and Ian Butters. Twos winners, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 twos on the day. John Leyland, Dave Hackett, Steve Cronk with 2, Ken Halley with 2 and Kieran McGibney. Thursday Friendly Golf Society played a red, white and blue game, so alternating off the different tees. The team in first place with 125 points, Gary Greenfield, Ray Lyons, Jeff Doyle and Alistair Ray's chosen card. In second place with 121, Jim Hall, Ian Pragnell, Dave Mitchell and Glenn Elliott. And in third place with 118 points, Keith Humphrey, Paul Weeks, Alistair Ray and Brian Varrow. Okay, so moving on to the Saturday, the 25th of October, there were no games because we had the Heineken Cup competition, which I'll give you brief details of later. So moving on to Sunday, the 25th, Dixie's Golf Society had an individual Stableford game. In first place with 36 points, Peter Devine. In second place with 29 points, John Keane. And in third place, also with 29 points, but on countback, was Mick Hughes. Sunshine Golf Society played a very exciting 3-ball multiplier. Crazy scores coming in here. It is basically all 3 players need to score. If 2 blob, then the score is nothing. In the first place with a fabulous 231 points, Ray Lyons, Brian Varrow, Trev Andrew and Luke Sharp. Second place with a very credible 196 points, Eugene Toy, John Spence, Pete O'Brien and Hayley Barker. Nearest the pin on hole 3, Rob Greatley, on hole 5, Niles Larson, hole 11, Neil Smith, hole 13, Gary Davis and hole 8 in 2, Ian Butters. So we move then to Tuesday, the 28th of October. Las Gaviotas again went out. They played 2 to score on even holes and 3 to score on odd holes. Team in first place, Henriette, Susan Lyons, Penny Sadler and Pat Oakes. Nearest the pin on hole 3, Alison Vasey. On hole 5, Ron Porter. Hole 11, Penny Sadler. And hole 13, Cinny. Sprightly Golf Society followed them with a Texas Scramble. The team in first place with net 59.3, Jesper Held, Martin Geary, Harry Pearson and Spencer Truman. Second place with 62.3, Pete Constable, Martin Wilkins, Glenn Elliott and Dave Bennett. And in third place with 63, Colin Reid, Keith Humphrey, Steve Carter and a ghost player. Nearest the pin on hole 3, Steve Carter. Nearest the pin, hole 5, Ian Richardson. Hole 11, Colin Reid. Hole 13, Pete Constable. And hole 8 in 2, Harry Pearson. Wednesday Golf Association played their World Handicap qualifying game. In first place with 36 points, Dennis Jones. On countback in second, also with 36, Dave Noakes. Also in countback with 36 points in third place, Alan Hebby. In fourth place with 35 points, Luke Sharp. Fifth place with 34 points, Simon Rowbottom. And sixth place with 33 points, Dave Smith. There were just 2 twos, Eugene Toy and Jason Holland. Thursday Friendly Golf Society played a waltz, 1, 2, 3. First place with 92 points, Dave Mitchell, Brian Arnold, Glenn Trigg and John Spence. Second place with 85 points, Harry Pearson, Keith Sadler, Dave Bennett and Pete Constable. And third place with 81 points, Jim Hall, Ian Pragnell, Spencer Truman and a ghost player. Nearest the pin on hole 3, Gary Greenfield. On hole 5, Ray Lyons. Hole 11, Jim Hall. And hole 13, Harry Pearson. The Friday Friendly Golf Society played a Pinehurst game. Just one winning team, Marianne, Barbara, Jean O'Connor and Sue Brew. So Saturday, 1st of November, Clubhouse Golf Society played a reverse waltz, 3-2-1. In first place with 82, Jim Hall, Hebby, Pete Constable and Gordon Nielsen's chosen card. In second place with 81, Dave Spooner, Jimmy Butt, Thomas McQuilter and Sean Johnston. And in third place with 77 points, Chris Bye, Paul, Phil Halton and Steve Carter. Nearest the pin on hole 3, Charlie Miller. Hole 5, Bill Donald. Hole 13, Thomas McQuilter. And hole 8 in 2, Pete Constable. Cat's Bar, Saturday on the 1st of November, played Pinehurst 2 drives each, 2 to score, playing off the Blue Tees for a change. In first place with 104 points, the Blue Tees made a difference. Norman Morgan, Luke Sharp and Dave Noakes. And in second place with 96 points, Kieran McGibney, Roy Halliwell and Keith Halliwell. Nearest the pin on hole 5 and hole 13, Norman Morgan. Okay, there were no results from Dixie's on Sunday the 2nd of November, so we'll move quickly on to Sunshine Golf Society, who had their World Handicap qualifier and the penultimate round of the Order of Merit for this year. Division A, in first place, Neil Smith with 37 points. Second place, Colin Reid with 35. And in third place, Dennis Jones with 34. Division B, in first place, Robert Moffat with 36 points. In second place, Luke Sharp with 36. Third place, Alison Vasey with 32 points. And on countback in fourth place, Hayley Barker, also with 32 points. Nearest the pin on hole 3 and hole 5, Robert Moffat. Hole 11, Paco Belchi. And hole 13, Luke Sharp. And nearest the pin in 2 on hole 8 was Rob Greatley. Twos winners, Luke Sharp, Robert Moffat, John Spence, Jesper Held and Eugene Toy. Okay, so moving quickly on back to, the Heineken Cup, which was held on the 25th of October. Obviously a big Spanish contingent joined us, but there was quite a few regular members who also played in the competition, which was great. The Spanish seemed to dominate the overall winning places, but I'm happy to report that runners-up in the overall pairs competition were 2 of our locals, Alistair Ray and Thomas McQuilter, so well done you two. The winners of the scratch competition were also the Spanish contingent, but the rules dictate that they can't win both. So happily in second place, but winning the pairs scratch competition, was Dave Hackett and Dave Noakes. So well done to you two. Just a little mention, nearest the pin on hole 11 was Hayley Barker. Okay, we've just finished our knockout matches for this year. So just a quick rundown of the knockout winners. The ladies' singles was won by Alison Vasey. The ladies' doubles was won by Alison Vasey and Sue Brew. Men's singles winner was Steve Gill. The men's doubles winners, Ken Halley and Steve Gill. The mixed doubles was won by Ken Halley and Penny Sadler. and the scratch game was won by Dave Hackett. So well done to all the winners there. The presentation evening will be on Thursday, the 15th of January. Information is out there already, so if anybody's interested in coming along to that, then please let us know. Not part of this week's results show, but I have it on good authority and hot off the press that there has been a hole-in-one in the last week. On hole 11, playing with Sprightly Golf Society, on the 4th of November, hole-in-one for Ernie Milford. So well done, Ernie. Hopefully somebody's got some pictures and we'll report on that in the next results show, which will be coming out in a couple of weeks' time. Okay, well done, Ernie. Thank you. So that's the results for this week. So as usual, joining me in the studio now is Rob Greatley.
Hi again, Hayley. Hi everybody watching. Thanks for joining us again. And what are we talking about today, Hayley?
Okay, well, today I'm going to test Rob's knowledge. And we'll just see to the extent of his knowledge. Today, we're going to be chatting about general rules.
Okay, we spoke about local rules last time, so
yeah,
probably good.
So just move on to general rules.
Yeah.
Okay. Incidentally, I did have a question from one of our playing members.
Right.
So I thought we'd address that first before we move on to just general rules, because it is a general rule, but not one of the ones which we're probably going to chat about. So the question was asked, when you are playing in a match situation, are you allowed to actually practice on the course before you go out? Under what circumstances are you able to actually play the course before you actually play a match?
Well, my understanding is it depends on what type of competition you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
So Rule 5.3b actually covers that, if anybody wants to look it up. If you're playing a stroke play competition, you can practice chipping or putting on the tee on near your first tee. Yeah. But you can't practice anywhere on the course.
You can't go on the course.
No. You can also practice putting on the hole you've last played. So if you say we played the first and we finished the hole, I can then stay on the hole
and have a little putt. And
I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah.
So that's stroke play. In match play, it's different. In match play, you are allowed to practice on the course before you start your game, and when and you're allowed to practice. So you're basically allowed to practice on the course or on the practice area. Yeah. For match play only.
Yeah.
It's also to note on the stroke play situation. Once you've finished your round, you are allowed, even if you've got another round the following day, you are allowed to go out and play and practice on the course.
Okay.
In between the rounds.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to look that up, that's Rule 5.3b.
Yeah, I think that was generally this person's understanding.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure, so I said, well, I'll just clarify that. And I thought this is maybe a good platform to actually clarify any questions like that. So, yeah, I mean, in the future, if anybody does have any questions that, you know, maybe it's open to debate, just drop us an email and we'll be happy to find out the actual answers and talk about it. So, yeah, you can email teatime@camposoltv.es and we'll find the answers to any questions you've got.
Okay. I admire your confidence.
We will. You'll find it out. Okay, so just moving on to general rules. Let's start with fairly simple stuff with penalty areas.
Right.
So we've generally got red and yellow.
Yeah, used to be more. There used to be a lot more yellow penalty areas back before the rules changed in 2020.
Yeah, we don't have many yellow penalty areas on Camposol.
So basically, a yellow penalty area used to be a water hazard that ran across the course, across the fairway. But these days you don't have to have yellow penalty areas at all. You can mark them all in red.
You can just do all be red, can't they? Yeah, I know, because I think the lake on the 10th, didn't that used to be yellow and then
has been, and then it was red, and then we had a look at changing it back to yellow. And yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's probably best to really mark all areas in red. Yeah. Because that covers all bases then.
So the ruling with a red penalty area is.
Okay, so if your ball goes into a red penalty area, then you can. You've got three options really. Three options, maybe even four options. No, three options. Well, no, your obvious option always is if you find a ball, you can play it as it lies.
You play as it lies, yeah.
So that's not really part of an option. But you can always play the ball as it lies wherever on the course you go. So if your ball goes in a red penalty area, you've got the option of taking relief for a one-stroke penalty at the point, or 2 club lengths from the point,
of
where
entry.
it entered.
Yeah.
Very important. Not the point where you find the ball.
Yeah.
The point where it
I
enters.
know this raises its head
Yeah.
so many times.
It does, yeah.
And I know we've talked about it before, but it's always worth.
Especially on the 12th, actually. It's a really, because a lot of people play it off the tee. 10 yards down from the tee, it goes into a red penalty area. They find the ball 100 yards down, and they think they can take a relief there. You cannot.
Yeah.
You have to take relief where the ball crossed the red penalty line. So that's that. That's that. You're always able to take stroke and distance. In other words, you can take 3 off the tee.
Yeah.
Or if you go into a penalty area off when you played off the fairway, you can always choose to take stroke and distance, play another shot from the place where you last played your shot for a one-stroke penalty.
Yeah.
So that's always an option.
Yeah.
There is another more obscure option in red penalty areas, but it really depends on the shape of the penalty area. And I've been trying today to think of any of the lakes that we have on Camposol where that would really come into play, and I can't really think of one. Basically, it's called back on the line relief. So if you can imagine a lake and you go in from, so let's say we go in from the right-hand side, you can actually take a shot on the left-hand side of the lake in line with the point where the ball entered the penalty area and the flag. So you can go, so as long as you're standing and you can see the point where the ball went in the penalty area and the flag, you can take your penalty shot from there.
From the other side?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that could get a little bit controversial, couldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, as I say, I was trying to think of a penalty area we've got on Camposol, but the only one I could probably just about think about was the 16th. If your ball went into the penalty area by the green, just before the green, and you went over the other side and you thought, there's a chance it might have made it, you could go around the other side, decide you haven't found your ball, and then you could take penalty on that side, providing you could get line of sight between the flag where it entered. So that's the scenario.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
One more thing actually on there, and this is a discussion I had with somebody the other day. If your ball goes into a red penalty area, or into any penalty area actually, under normal circumstances, you are not allowed to play a provisional ball. And that comes under Rule 18.3.
Okay.
But there are circumstances where you can. And I'll give you an example. Playing the 17th, playing my first shot, second shot, say I've got 170 yards, whatever. And my second shot goes into, I don't know whether it's gone into a ravine, I don't know whether it's made it, I'm a little bit unsure. So without taking a provisional ball, I'd have to walk round, try and find my ball. If I don't find my ball, I'd have to walk all the way back round again and play out a shot. So under those circumstances, in order to keep the speed of play up, I can take a provisional ball with penalty.
Yeah.
And then go and look for my ball.
Yeah. I think that's similar to the ruling on the 10th, isn't it? Because,
excuse me.
And isn't that why it ended up being red stakes? Because you'd got play was being slowed up because people were sort of going around there thinking they find it and then they can't, and then they've got to go back round.
Exactly,
so you can take a provisional. Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me. Right.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, go.
Okay. Right, so that's red and yellow penalty areas, and then obviously the whites is out of bounds.
Yeah,
so,
slightly different with the yellows, by the way, is that you can, you find your ball in a yellow, so we've only got one yellow across the second, haven't we?
Yes, yeah.
As a penalty, you don't have to take the 2 club lengths, you can go back as far as
you like. Yeah.
That's the difference with yellow.
Yeah, and that is the only area that we have, isn't it? On the
it's the only area is yellow,
Yeah. Okay.
Out of bounds?
Out of bounds.
Not a penalty.
No.
Not really a penalty area. If your ball goes out of bounds, you can obviously go look for the ball, but even if you find the ball, you can't play it. It's out of bounds, so you have to take stroke and distance. Yeah. So if you're on the tee, 3 off the tee.
3 off the tee.
If you're on the fairway,
then it's 2 shot.
There is an option now under the rules that you can take a 2-shot penalty and place your ball on the fairway at the nearest point on the fairway.
This is another question.
You can't walk to the middle of the fairway.
No, well, I thought it's worth raising that because, I played with people who say, well, you can just put it anywhere on the fairway, in the middle of the fairway, It's
the nearest, so where the ball crossed into the out of bounds,
you
can take a 2-shot penalty and you can place your ball on the fairway at the nearest point
to where it crossed.
Yep.
Yeah, 2-shot penalty, or you can go back to the tee and take 3 off the tee.
You can do. The walk of shame.
Yeah, the walk of shame. Yeah. Well, it's always worth taking your second shot if you know it's gone out of bounds. Then you'd take that anyway, wouldn't you?
Well, you would. Yeah. I mean, if you know it's going out of bounds, you're going to take a.
Yeah.
If you're unsure, then that's the odd opportunity to play a provisional ball.
Yeah.
And then obviously go and look.
Yeah. Okay. So that's, I guess, brings us on to the use of stroke and distance and, you know, the appropriate times to take that.
Yeah, stroke and distance is not a very often used rule because a player can use stroke and distance at any time. I'll give you a little scenario, and this has actually happened to me. I was playing our Hammer Signature at Condado, and the 13th green there, I'm sure you've played.
Yes.
The hole and the putting, the green slopes away.
Yeah.
And very often, if you get up the top, you overhit your putt, it goes down the other side. Well, I was on the green in 2, and I had a putt for birdie, and I overhit it, and it went down the other side. And I put my ball back down where I just played from and said, I'm going to take stroke and distance. And they were all like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, I'm allowed to take stroke and distance at any time. So I put the ball back on the green, played it from where I took and hold it, and I got 5. Yeah. Whereas if I'd gone all the way down to there and tried to chip it back up, I probably would have ended up with 6 or 7. So sometimes, got to use the rules to your advantage. Yeah. Stroke and distance. Okay. Always an option.
Okay. And obviously we've touched on provisional ball a couple of times.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to clarify, I mean, you've kind of mentioned that a few times already.
Yeah.
As to when it's appropriate to take a provisional ball and under what circumstances.
Yeah. Just remember, on most occasions, if you are certain or virtually certain that your ball has gone into a penalty area, you cannot play a provisional ball except under circumstances that would help up with the speed of play. Yeah. Okay, that's fairly clear. Yep. And the last thing that we've got to chat about is movable and immovable objects. Right. And again, this sometimes, you know, is open to can you move it or can't you move it? And what is an immovable object and what is a movable object and what is the different ruling? Right. Depending on what it is. Okay. So movable obstructions are things that have been put on the course by man. So that's not trees, things like that, big rocks, whatever. They are, as long as they're not, if they're not concreted in the ground, they are movable obstructions. Yeah. Even if they weigh 25 kilos, it's still a movable obstruction. Yeah.
So what's an example of a movable obstruction then?
Well, I would say like something like a really big rock. Yeah. That you probably wouldn't be able to lift, but it's not concreted in the ground. As long as it moves, it's a movable obstruction. Yeah. So you can't.
The ruling there,
so you can't take free relief. You're allowed to move the obstruction, but you can't take free relief from a movable obstruction. Yeah. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you watched it ever. Quite a few years ago, Tiger Woods.
I think I know what you're going to say.
He hit the ball, and you've got 4 guys to come, and they literally had to lift the rock out of the way because it was a movable obstruction. Yeah. Yeah, if something is able to be moved, then you cannot take free relief from it.
Is there any, I can't think of any examples of anything like that on our course.
No, probably not.
No, but you don't get free relief. But if you can physically move it, then you can move it.
Then you can move it as long as you don't move your ball. Yeah. Right. So you must make
sure
that by moving that...
Anyway, right, it's going to move your ball, isn't it?
You just got to make sure that if it's a movable obstruction, you can move it. You obviously got to put it back again after you've played. Yeah. But if you move it, you mustn't move your ball. Your ball must not be moved. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Otherwise, that would be a penalty. Yeah. And immovable.
That's
slightly different. Obviously, now we've got all the cart paths.
Yes.
Are now immovable obstructions. So you get free relief at the nearest point. Yeah. So anything that's concreted in the ground that you can't physically move.
So like the concrete bunkers. Well, I know we talked about this on a previous occasion. Yeah. Concrete bunkers, the structures. Yeah, that's right. Anything like that.
Any man-made structure that's on the course. Yeah. That
if it's impeding your swing, or. At what point?
Yeah. If it's impeding your intended stance or your area of swing. Yeah.
I think that's fairly clear cut anyway, isn't it?
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. Can you think of any others?
Well, the bridge is obviously one, which I know we've mentioned before.
Yeah, well, that's a good example of an immovable obstruction. So you're allowed to take free relief because it's in the air. That's more of a safety thing than anything else.
As we talked about before, there's a concrete, I don't know what it is, a bunker or something on the 14th as you go around the corner. Yes. Yeah, so you get free relief from there.
It's man-made. It's been placed on the course. You get free relief from it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's good enough for today.
Right, okay.
I'm sure there's lots more rules that we can chat about.
Yeah, well, as you said, we'd like to hear from people who've got because things do happen on the course
Yeah.
and you don't know how to react to them. Obviously, you've got to ask your player members or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you come across scenarios like that, just send us an email. So let's discuss it.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually, yeah. Because, there are certain rules which people interpret differently.
Yeah.
So, if you've had a circumstance where you've maybe had a disagreement with your playing partner and you can't agree on, how the rules should be applied, then drop us a line and we'll see if we can find out for you.
Good.
Okay, all right. Thanks for that, Rob.
Welcome.
Okay. Well, I hope you found that interesting. We certainly did. We love Rob's rambles. And we look forward to seeing you next time when we'll be chatting about something else regarding the golf course. But for now, thanks for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed tea time and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Sally.
Thanks, Rob.
Bye.
Okay, bye for now.
Bye.